Last night we made some homemade pizzas. It was a lot of time and effort, but it was well worth it. They came out so good. There's nothing more I love than an extra cheesy pizza, so this is how I made it. So I started with the dough. I weighed out 500 grams of pizza flour. Then I added in a sachet of instant fast action yeast. So give that a mix together, then add in about a tablespoon of salt, tablespoon of sugar. Make sure that's all combined, and then you're going to add in warm water. You don't want it hot, you don't want it cold, because you've got to make sure you activate the yeast with the warm water. So you're going to add it in bit by bit. I added in around 325 ml of water in the end. So once you've got it combined to this sort of consistency, you're going to put some flour on the worktop, get your dough out, and then we're just going to start kneading it. So use whatever kneading method you want. You just want to try and get it as smooth as you can. I got in an extra pair of hands to try and help me. I'm trying to teach my daughter how to knead. She still needs a little bit more work, but we got there in the end. So once I got it to a sort of consistency I liked, I added some oil into the bowl, formed the dough into a ball, and then once that was in the bowl, I made sure all sides of it was covered in the oil. Then we're going to use some cling film, wrap it up and leave it for about 2 hours. Whilst that was rising, I got started on my sauce. So I added some olive oil, onions, garlic, cherry tomatoes, basil, tomato paste, Italian herbs, oregano, paprika, some onion granules, some garlic granules, and a little bit of salt and pepper. So you're going to give that a good mix together, and then I add in a full pack of passata. So you want to leave that on a low simmer, let it all combine, and then I like to add in some cheese and some parmesan. Give that a good mix until it's all melted, and then you want to blend everything up with a handheld blender. Then we're just going to leave that to the side for later. So after about 2 hours, my dough's risen, so I knock the air out of it and then I put it on the worktop. So form it into a little bowl and then cut that into two. So the amount I made is for 2 medium to large size pizzas. So I roll them into 2 little balls, put them back in the bowl and cover them up for another 20 minutes. So after 20 minutes, then I'm going to take the dough out and I'm going to sort of try and form it into a pizza shape with my hands. So you want to stretch it out and leave like a sort of crust shape on the edge. So I use the knuckles method to just stretch it out. You can do however you want. Once you've got your pizza shape, then we're going to add the sauce. So I put 2 heaped spoons, use the back of the spoon just to spread it all around. And then you can add your toppings. So I used some grated mozzarella and some normal mozzarella too. So I get mine covered in the cheese. I like mine extra cheesy. And then whatever other toppings. So I decided to add some chorizo onto mine as well. Add a little bit of basil as well for like an authentic look. Then I brushed the crust with some oil and I put that into the oven. So my oven was set at about 220 and that went in for about 15 minutes. So when it came out, I dusted mine with some Parmesan cheese. I covered it in a little bit of honey as well. And then this is how the pizzas were looking when they came out. So like I said, the amount I made 2 medium to large size pizzas. I think I had like 8 slices out of this. And it tasted so good. Look at all that cheese on the pizza. Absolutely insane. This is definitely one I'll be making again. I might even make this a weekly thing now. Friday night pizza night sounds good to me.